welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a huge question for any web developer out there. Is it even possible to build a modern interactive web app without getting all tangled up in JavaScript? Well, the answer might just be a game changer. I mean, think about it. This question really pushes back against decades of how we've always done things. Can you really build a rich, complex user interface without writing a single line of JavaScript?
Well, according to Microsoft, the answer is a big, resounding yes. And the technology that makes it all happen is called Blazor. And folks, it's really looking to redefine how we think about web development. Okay, so what does this world without client-side JavaScript actually look like? Let's dig into how Blazor pulls this off.
You know the drill, right? For years, developers have been living this kind of split life. You've got your C# on the server, and then you have to completely switch gears to JavaScript for the client. That's two different languages, two sets of tools, two whole ecosystems you have to juggle in your head. Blazor just simplifies all of that. It offers a single, unified .NET technology stack where you use C# for everything, the front end and the back end. So at its very core, Blazor is an open-source framework for building those dynamic, snappy, single-page applications that we all know and love. But the key difference, the real magic, is that it lets developers do it all in C#, their home base, instead of being forced to use JavaScript. But it gets even more interesting. See, Blazor isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. It actually comes in two distinct flavors, and each one has its own unique strengths. This really highlights the flexibility Blazor gives you. With Blazor's server, all your code runs on the server, and it communicates with the browser over this super lightweight Signal-R connection. It only sends these tiny little UI updates, which makes it feel incredibly fast. On the other hand, you've got Blazor WebAssembly, or WASM. Now this downloads the .NET runtime right into the user's browser, which means your C# code runs directly on the client's machine. And that's absolutely perfect for apps that need to work offline. So yeah, the appeal is pretty clear. You get all the power of a modern single-page app, you get the ability to run offline with WASM, and you get that incredible productivity boost from C#'s amazing tooling. And it all runs natively in the browser, no plugins needed. Now, a powerful new framework is definitely exciting, but as any experienced developer will tell you, the tool itself is only one part of the equation when you're trying to build great software that's meant to last. And this brings us to a much more fundamental question, doesn't it? Is a shiny new tool, all by itself, really enough to build applications that are robust, maintainable, and can evolve over time? You know, applications that truly last? The answer lies not just in the tool, but in the blueprints. To build something that really stands the test of time, we need to think less like coders and more like architects, using proven design patterns. I absolutely love this analogy. Think of programming like building with Legos. A design pattern is like the instruction booklet. It's a proven plan for assembling all your little pieces into something beautiful, reliable, and really strong. So, formally speaking, a design pattern is simply a reusable, proven technique for solving a common problem. These aren't new inventions. They are the collected wisdom of developers who have faced these exact same challenges before us. And, just as there are blueprints for success, there are also some pretty well-known blueprints for failure. And these are called anti-patterns. A classic example is the God class. It's sometimes called an evil class because it tries to know and do everything. It just becomes this tangled mess that's impossible to change, and it breaks every time you even look at it. It's a perfect example of what happens when you ignore that core principle of separating responsibilities. Great architects don't just rely on good blueprints. They also rigorously test their foundations every single step of the way. And in the software world, this is where automated testing comes in. This is the test pyramid, and it's a fantastic way to visualize a healthy testing strategy. See that wide base? That's your foundation, a large number of fast, cheap, and isolated unit tests. As you move up the pyramid, the tests get more complex, slower, and more expensive, so you have fewer of them. But that strong base of unit tests is absolutely critical for a stable application. So how do we put all of this together? How do we combine these awesome new tools with this timeless wisdom to really build for the future? Because if there's one thing you should take away from all of this, it's that the future of development isn't about endlessly chasing the next shiny framework, whether it's Blazor or something else. Instead, true, sustainable software development is about this powerful combination, pairing modern tools like Blazor with the timeless wisdom of design patterns, solid principles, and rigorous testing. And the potential here is just massive. Blazor is positioning itself to be a direct competitor to the big JavaScript frameworks, and it could potentially become a single unified way to build interfaces for the web, for mobile, and even for desktop apps. Which leaves us with a final, fascinating question to think about. Are we moving toward a future where a single programming language and a unified set of architectural principles can truly build everything? Thanks for watching.